In this video, I will show you how you can drill holes in wood with a Dremel. A Dremel is not a good substitute for a cordless drill, but it can do some neat drilling that can be hard to achieve with a cordless drill. First off, when drilling with a Dremel, I would recommend using the multi-chuck. Drill bits have different shank sizes, and the multi-chuck can use all sizes up to 1/8 of an inch. If you use Collets, you will have to switch them out when changing to a different size drill bit, and that can be annoying. I will also be using the Dremel workstation sometimes when drilling. This is a great attachment for drilling with the Dremel, and it basically turns your Dremel into a mini drill press. When drilling wood with the Dremel, we can use twist drill bits or brad point drill bits. This is the Dremel 631 brad point drill bit set, and it comes with 4 different sizes of drill bits. Brad point bits has a sharp point at the end that makes it easier to start the cut at the exact mark. You can drill holes that are up to 1/4 of an inch in diameter with the brad point bits. But in my experience, drilling with the larger sizes can be hard on the Dremel. It can heat up the cut because of friction, and sometimes it will start smoking a little bit. You basically have to run the 1/4 inch bit at a mid-range RPM, because most Dremel models does not have enough torque to run the bit at lower RPMs. I do like the brad point drill bits for the Dremel, but I mostly use the 3mm or 4mm drill bits. When drilling anything larger, I would recommend using a cordless drill instead. These twist drill bits from the 6 to 8 drill bit set does not have this pointy end, but I think they work fine. If I were to choose between the brad point bits and these twist bits, I would choose the twist bit set even for wood. The largest twist drill bit is 1/8 of an inch, and the smallest is 1/32 of an inch. So these are really good for making tiny holes. By using the flex shaft 225 or the Dremel Stylo, combined with the small drill bits, you can make the most tiny and accurate holes. But these small drill bits can break easily, so treat them carefully. Another useful drilling task with the Dremel is when you need to make a lot of repeatable small holes in wood. A Dremel combined with a workstation is a solid way to do it. Just don't let the thing that you're drilling make its way up the drill bit. Then this happens. When you want to drill all the way through a piece of wood, we need to put a scrap piece of wood underneath so we don't accidentally hit the metal base. If you want to drill a lot of holes at the same depth, you can set the depth stop on the workstation by tightening this piece. This will give the exact same depth every time you drill a hole. A good general RPM is around 15,000 to 25,000 RPMs for most cuts in wood. Sometimes using a higher RPM helps, but if the bit is a little bit dull, it might burn the wood. The brad point drill bits also have a tendency to become a little bit unstable when exiting the hole, and it chips away at the wood. Higher RPMs works best with smaller bits. You can also use a Dremel if you need to make pilot holes and for countersinking screws. Use a wood carving umbrella bit as a countersink. The max drilling depth for a Dremel is around 1 1/4 of an inch, so it will only work for thinner pieces of wood. But you can use other drill bits that are not made by Dremel, as long as the shank size is 1/8 of an inch or smaller. And you can poke holes with it, which will allow you to drill in places that would be hard to access with a drill. You can also use a right angle attachment if you need to drill a hole in a tight space. If you are making intricate patterns where you need to drill a lot of pilot holes, then a Dremel can be a handy tool to use. A Dremel can quickly make a lot of tiny holes to get you started with a coping saw or scroll saw. And if you need to remove some material for a project, you can use one of the larger brad point bits and the workstation to get you started. Now it is easier to remove the rest of the material with a chisel. And that was all I had for drilling wood with a Dremel. See you next time!